screens.
Yeah. Direct it, make it. Go. Yeah. As I was told.
Welcome to Connected. I'm your host, DJ Iz. I got my lovely co-host, Miss Cloie. And today we are in the house of rolling, and today's another Monday takeover. We have a special guest. Maybe I'm biased because I know her and I consider my sister, but we have the lovely Miss KK Harris.
What's up?
What's up, girl? Good to see you.
You too. I miss you, man.
I miss you too. I've been great. As you can see, we keep it moving.
Yeah, you're great. That's why.
No, you're great, and that's why.
You've been pretty great too. Not for nothing.
Yo, let me tell you, KK gets busy. I don't know if you got a chance to review her.
Oh, always.
Yo.
Always, because also this is our first female our first female guest. So yes.
That's lit.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's super dope to know.
Yes.
You're our first.
I'm.
But you know,
like,
just to,
I
so
gotta
you know
make a
the
good
criteria.
impression.
Like if you're gonna be here with us on Connected, like we keep it 100 on Connected.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
so
let's
you know
do
the
it.
fact that you're our first female, because I feel like our whole thing with here, even with our guests, is like we like to bring people on. It ain't just about influence or anything. It's more or less like your passion and how you go about your passion and how you go out there and really just try to conquer the road, right? And that, as maybe as simple as that sounds, as we say, everybody says they love something, right?
Yes.
But then how do you go about what you love? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you go out there and knock down these walls and get out there and grind? So that's why you're here today.
All
You
right.
got
You're
a
out
wonderful
there doing
story.
it.
I'm here trying to do it.
Girl, mama, you're doing it.
Girl, I'm trying.
Well, so let's talk about you and how you even got here. Now, we first met you, everybody fell in love with you on America's Best Dance Crew.
Yeah, I was such a baby. I was a child. Oh my goodness.
Well, we all got to be a child at some point.
But you were killing as a child.
Right?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Like that fetus, like,
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So
that's-
can you talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so I mean, ABDC was one of my best and worst experiences.
Oh.
Only because I think when you're a child in like the limelight, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand that. And because I don't know, like our age group, like our age range was crazy. Like we had a 9-year-old to a 17-year-old.
Okay.
So like that was weird to begin with. And another thing was that we were only together for like a week, and then we decided to audition. So we weren't like, we met each other in Hawaii. Like we didn't know each other like years and years how other crews did. So that was hard for us because we had to learn how to
Speak
live
a
with each other.
language, yeah.
And like that was it. Like we didn't hang out with each other for like years. I don't know. So it's just hard. Like
You had no
know,
history.
yeah, to get to know all the
Right.
different personalities aside from all the other crews living in the hotel with you as well. So it was hard for us. And on top of that, Angel's mom passed away during the show. So it was a lot. So it was a great experience because like to be that young and to be performing in front of like millions of people and to like have challenges and
Right.
to meet other crews, like that was the best part about it, was becoming a family
Yeah.
within the family. But
And
it
how
was
you
hard.
rally around each other, too.
Yeah, but it was definitely hard, especially for the 4 that were older in our group, because the younger girls, they look up to us, and like one wrong thing you do, you might not notice it, but like they learn that way, so they'll start to act that way. And
So
then
you're also
like
trying to act as a role model.
yeah, and
Wow.
then like a role model to someone that you're just now meeting, but like you're going to end up being
Right.
there in the long run. So it's like you got to eventually deal with this person. You can't just like walk away from it. So that was hard for me because I'm used to just being like, no.
Right.
Peace.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm not feeling you, I just walk away, but like not there. Because you can't walk away from
Yeah.
it because you're sequestered.
For how long was the shooting?
3 months, girl.
3 months.
We were in a hotel for 3 months with school. We did school with each other.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's how on movie sets, yeah. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
time to go to school and they put you
But
in.
at least on movie sets, it's not a competition. So like, at least you're not going to like school with your competitors.
Right.
So that's always awkward,
Like, well, I got the answer.
especially because you're kids too, and kids are petty.
Numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Kids are so petty. Like,
That's cool.
I mean, that's crazy.
But it's amazing. It got me here. It's
well,
definitely crazy. Great.
because let's talk about it now. You've performed with Fergie. You've performed
Yeah.
with Britney. You've done. I had to do it. I had to do it. The crew's laughing. It's fine. I had to do it. I mean, with Usher, like you guys have worked together a bunch, and you're also both from here. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're from the IE.
Right down the street, the Inland Empire.
Oh,
You're like, I eat duck. Hold
Right.
on, wait,
Hold
hold on.
it's true. They just explained a lot to me about that. Yeah, I didn't.
Yo, the IE is ferocious.
Yeah, but it's definitely
But
not
there's
something.
what I do love about the Inland Empire is there's a lot of talent out there.
There
There's a
is.
lot of talent in the
There
streets.
is.
There's a lot of talent.
There's so much talent, but like, you know, when you have closed-minded people
Yeah.
that are just like they settle with life,
Yes.
Yeah.
so like that's where
Yeah.
it stops.
No, that's very true because what I've noticed too, even with the mentality out there, they're so like not about thinking outside of those parameters of
Yeah.
whether it's San Bernardino, Riverside, Moreno Valley, Rialto, Fontana, and it's like you go there and it's like, no man, there's a road out here for real. Like
Yeah.
you gotta go. You know.
But you know what? That also goes to, we talk a lot about people that like that call in, that type in because it's all online, and people are like, oh, they want to do things, but they don't know how to get outside of that, which we're talking about right now. You know, be it family not being supportive or feeling like people are going to laugh at them or judge them. You know,
And that's a personal thing because I feel like you can't truly say you can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just you don't want to because
Yeah.
of the opinions of
afraid.
others.
Right.
So
And that's the
that.
thing too, like, you know, we're like for what we do on Connected, we're really big on the framework of what that looks like, right? Recognizing something that you have in your heart or that you love, that you might feel you're okay at but want to be better at, and then understanding, okay, what are the next steps? Who do I need to talk to? You know, do I need to go to school for it? Do I need to go to a class for it? And that's what really kind of drew me to having you today, is because I look at everything you've been able to do in the world of dance and other things, and being, you know, a choreographer and everything, and traveling the world with doing what you love. And it's so important for us, for our viewers, to understand kind of like the nuts and bolts of what that is, what it took, and how you even first, you know, came to the realization that dancing was something you loved.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the crazy thing actually because I was a cheerleader. I didn't.
And I remember you
Dance.
telling me that.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, that were, I mean, two totally different things with a definite crossover. You know,
It's easy to cross over, but like for me personally, the first reason I wanted to start dancing was because everybody always said something to slick about cheerleaders. As far as we couldn't dance, we look like robotic dancers or like something like that. So I was like, that's all right, because one day I'm gonna just shit on all y'all. Like,
look at that.
that was one day. But I couldn't dance back then, so I was just back then like just staring like.
So what did you do to step out there?
Well, I actually saw a video of Brian Friedman choreography on YouTube, and that was the first thing I saw. And I actually saw, do you know who Taja Riley is? Mm-hmm. Taja Riley and Jetson Emery. And I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with him. And then I found out from that video that like there's a plethora of amazing teachers that taught at the Pulse. And then I went to the Pulse on tour, and that's where I met Cameron, Charlize, Angel, and Jera. Cameron came from Hawaii, and we met her all at the Pulse. She brought us back to Hawaii, and that's where we met the other 3 girls from ABDC for A Flavors.
So I mean, it really was like, oh, see, that's just synergy and everything lining up
Yeah.
in a very specific way.
Yeah. So, like, I knew Charlize and Angel and Jera. But, like, I had just met Cameron at Pulse. And then I met them when she brought us to Hawaii. And then we did ABDC. So we didn't know each other.
You're just like, hey
Now,
guys,
how
we're
old were you
amazing.
when you did this?
15. I was 15.
15, on the grind.
Yeah, I was
Baby,
15.
baby.
And that's so great too, because you know we've had viewers that are like, you know, am I, you know,
Too
40, is that
young.
too old or am I too
Yeah.
young? And it's like, you know, man, you just go for it. Just go for
Yeah,
it.
especially as a kid, because America loves kids. So it's much easier to get, like, put on as a kid than an adult, sadly.
That's
It's
true
so
though.
much
That's
easier.
Really
real,
true.
That's real
Yeah.
talk.
It's
That's real talk.
really true. So now, talk about how you guys met and how you started working together. Because you said your last show that you did together was at the Staples Center for Usher, yeah?
Yeah.
At the Staples Center.
So I met this great
Individual.
Whatever.
individual. No, he's actually like freaking amazing though.
Oh, yeah.
But when I first met him, I wasn't thinking nothing like that. I was like, oh, okay, this is just, it's just team. You just gotta be nice. And then I was like, and then people started telling me, he's like, no, you're talking to. And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, that's why you're just like chilling. I'm like, what am I, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to act.
Yeah.
Like, when you don't know what people be doing, you just be like, oh, what's up?
But at the same time, I think there's a joy and there's a beauty in that because you're being your authentic self as being this put on
Yeah, but
thing.
I wish I would have known.
Great.
I wish I
Fair
would have known.
Fair enough.
I wish I would have known. But no, I met him, was it the first day, I think? I did.
First day you came in?
The first day I came in, and I was the only new person, like, even with the dancers.
Yep.
And it was so scary for me. But he was you were the first person to actually talk to me, him and Aaron.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, what's up? I was like, hey, what's up?
And I'm gonna be honest with you,
18.
like, I've been around Ush since 2004, right? So I've seen dancers. I've seen a lot of them. And what really got me about KK was she could really bust. Like, I've always been able to watch women who can really bust because I was equated like, damn, she dances like a dude. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw KK bust, I was like, this girl is killing everyone.
Oh,
Because we're competitors. Like, in that road, we're competitors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a musician, a DJ, I don't care what you are. Like, we're competitors.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And when KK came and dude, KK, she was smashing. And I was looking at all the others like, man, you guys are too
I feel
relaxed.
like I was only doing that though because I really felt like I had something to prove because I was the only one.
Sure,
So I was
sometimes-
like, dang, I need to pull up.
But you know what though? Even outside of that, KK, I've never seen you go at it any less than that. Like,
Dang,
you're
for
just
sure.
confident. You know what I'm saying? You're confident in what you do and you're great at it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, even for me, like, my finger is on the pulse, whether it's dance, music, whatever. So I'm always watching. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one time, it was a dance conference or something in San Diego, and I had saw you, and I was like, I felt proud because she was up there killing. And I was like, yo, I saw you rocking. Yo, I was like, that's KK, man. You were smashing. You know what I'm saying? So that's like what really like got me with you, KK, because I was like, you just had an appetite to just go.
Yeah.
Like
A fierceness. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because you see, in both sides, whether it's music or dance, you see people come in there laxy daisy, kind of chilling. Not really. You don't really get a sense that their heart is into it. Like, we always say, always do it like you're doing it for TV. Like,
absolutely.
we've developed so much sayings within the band. It's just because we're from the street of killers. You know what I'm saying? You got to be great at what you do. So to be able to see that and get that from you was just like, I wanted to come in, and I remember because I was like, man, I want to just say hi to you, and come talk to you, like, man, let you know, like, man, you're dope, and it was just great to have
It's
you.
a great feeling.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the beautiful thing about you is that your energy, you're just like so grounded. Do you know what I mean?
Thanks.
And dancers can be sometimes,
Yeah.
uppity. I can say it. Because, right, especially like the ballet world as a whole, you see the girls stretching and popping and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And they get in the room and then they can't dance. But they have all the attitude in the world, and sometimes that's what sells it. But the fact that you have the goods to back, if you were that uppity, please, go, girl, because you can rock it. But the fact is you're not. That you were this grounded, lovely human being. Like,
And just fun. She
know what I
just
mean?
had a
I
fun
believe
spirit.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I believe
guys. All these compliments.
Man, it's the truth, honey.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, it's fan out. You were also on Empire. Let's talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we haven't even gotten there.
That was so cool to me though. But that experience, I cried when I did that.
Why?
Because that was my
Like a milestone for you?
Yeah, because it was
okay.
my first speaking role.
Okay.
And like I was speaking as a dancer. Like my character wasn't changed from like what I was. So for
It was actually who you
yeah,
are.
yeah. So for Jamaica to like give me an opportunity like that, it was nuts to me. Because that doesn't happen. Like roles happen for dancers,
Sure.
but not like
We want you to
yeah,
sing
like
this
it's just
thing.
so easy. Like I didn't even.
Let
didn't
me
feel like
ask
I
you
was
this
acting.
because you're doing things at a extremely high level, especially things that are really memorable to you as milestones. What are like in the day of KK when you're going to whether it's an audition or anything like that? I mean, what are some of the things mentally that are the preparation aspect for you?
Okay. Well, as far as auditions go, I I'm not really a big fan of auditions, only because I don't like the process of people's intentions and just the process of it in general. But as far as like if I'm getting ready for an audition, first I have to like figure out what I'm wearing, and usually they'll have that like description in the email as far as like, oh, we're all black or body conscious or urban hip, but somehow you have to figure out what that means,
Right.
and you have to just
Cryptic.
like bring it out of nowhere and just be popping. So that's the first step. Then the second step is, does my headshot even look like me right now? Because they're gonna look at that. And then the third step is, I need to go print this out because I probably don't have a headshot and resume. And then we get to the audition, and the line is probably, it's more than likely across like the building, and they're
Right.
really ridiculous. Like it's because to me, like, not everyone should be here. Like if you know that it's probably not your best style as far as like choreography goes, or if you just know you probably wouldn't do this job if you actually got hired. But people just go to like experience, and I understand it, but it's like you're wasting people's time though, because you're making the audition 2 hours longer.
Right.
Or when they go to the audition and they're just like in the way, and they don't have an agent.
No spatial awareness.
Yeah, and they don't even have agents, so they'll just be
that.
like crashing the audition because they heard it from their friend.
Yep.
So then it's like, dang, you're really in the way now, and then I can't dance.
Because you are actually in my way.
Yeah. So as far as auditions, I try to avoid them as much as possible because I don't like feeling like 10 other girls look like me, and like we all gotta go in the same group, and there's only one of us coming out that look like us, like that look like me, and then it's just too much. Like,
Right.
And I don't know. I actually find myself not enjoying industry jobs as much now that I'm teaching. And I think it's because like what the description of the job is. Like as far as industry job, like we were saying before, like your job is to make someone else look good. And frankly, I'm not about to break my body to make someone else look good. I like it. It's fun to dance, but as far as like you can't even speak up if you hurt because it's that danger of, oh, well, you can be replaced, so we'll just fire you
your
and
body.
just get somebody else because there's 10 other girls that look like you anyways at the audition.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so I can't even say that I'm her or nothing like that, so I just got to rock it out. But like when you go teach, those people are coming because they really truly fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like they really like you.
Right.
So the treatment is different as far as like food, as far as transportation, hotel, like you're living a dope life as a professional dancer because you're traveling with these artists and stuff. But then when you become the artist,
Whole different thing.
it's a whole different thing. Like then that's what happens when you're going out and teaching in these different countries and stuff. Like they treat you as if you were that artist.
Yeah, and I definitely get with that, especially too. I think for you on the connection side, there's a connection you're making with these people that are looking to you like, KK, man, just to have that type of engagement, and people that, are in a room with you because they love what you do and they just want to learn, and you're kind of able to kind of guide that.
It feels great.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. That's
You're
dope.
not breaking
to
your
be able-
body.
Yeah. And
At the end of the day, you can sit down and be like, I'm a 5, 6, 7, 8 it. I'm gonna beat it out, but you all are gonna do it. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like it's draining. I feel like the audition process and the dance world, as far as entertainment, is very draining. Because dancers, they don't go further than 35.
Yeah, that's true.
It
That's
is
true.
literally because they're drained. Like,
Yeah.
And your body's
I did,
broken.
I read an article or something, and it basically said that we have the same wear and tear as an NFL player. So, like, imagine
looks prettier.
we just look pretty. Like, that's the only difference. I'm not trying to be like that. Like, I'm trying to be walking
Not trying to be on the walker like.
With my first original
Hey,
knees.
in my
original
day, man. In my day, I was,
A walker at 40. What?
No, but really,
Yes. Oh, yes.
that's what's scary, because that really can happen to you as a dancer. And you just wanting to be like at that job makes you not take care of yourself because
Absolutely.
you don't care about yourself anymore.
And also, it speaks to the things sometimes that we will allow to happen to us, like be it pay or all this other stuff, because which is not right. I'm not saying it's an unfortunate thing that happens is that people will undercut themselves all the time because they know, and they will tell you there's 15 other girls that can do this. There's
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard being a woman in this industry.
Like,
it
we'll
is
tell
not,
you to your
We'll
face.
tell you to your face, or you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you're blah 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 blah. Yeah, but we're gonna take you on, so
Right, and
like you're doing them a favor, or like,
Right.
or like, do you know what I'm saying?
But
I
that's
said that
that's
wrong.
how I felt when I was transitioning from being a kid to an adult. Mm-hmm. Like as far as dance jobs, like when you're a kid working in an industry, people are more like lenient as far as
Yes.
like anything. But like when you're an adult, they'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like I've never been like asked that. Like, "What do you look crazy?" And you're like, "Wait," but I thought I was doing it right, and they'd be like, "No, mama, you weren't." And then
But-
you're just like, "Dang, you still shooting me."
Like the moment has
Still shoot
passed and
them.
it's still gone. No, but
Yeah.
I started off as a kid actor. That's when I started. I was a teenager, and then that was a whole thing, and like booking all the time. And then you get to a certain point, and I
Yeah.
actually had people tell me, "Oh, it's too bad you're not light skinned," or "Oh, like stuff,
Yeah.
crazy stuff
I've been
that
told
you're."
the craziest
Oh, yeah.
stuff. I was even thinking about changing my body though. Don't do it.
No.
It's not worth it because then the job only lasts for
Never.
so long. But I was going to because I'm very small. Like I'm 21 and I don't look 21 at all. Like I look very young. My body's small. So as far as being a working woman, that's very rare. Like you're gonna be a working teenager. Like you're gonna play a teenage roles maybe like late 18, 19, but not your age. So it's just like, dang.
And it's real because it speaks to strength of character too, to be like, you know what, the jobs will line up if I line up with me, and being strong enough to say that is not what I need to do, unless you want to change it for you, but to not feel like you have to
Right.
change for an industry, or if you are going to change for the industry, to do it strong and figure out how to get up under yourself, like strengthen your heart, your soul, and your core, so that
Yeah.
But I think too, and this is my personal opinion. According to like how you rock, to me, like your body is perfect for the way you rock. Think of it like this, KK. Think if you had big old, gazongas, big old booty.
But that's
Last
what be
my nose rang
hiring.
out.
Like.
But you
for
jam
instance,
though.
I jam, but most of the time, that as a dancer, that's not enough because you're a dancer. You guys are booked last. You guys are booked according to your artist. So even take Usher for instance. It looked weird sometimes with Usher because he's a grown man. So sometimes people would even say little things like that because I looked so young. So like that's a big deal when they can get a girl that can't really dance but looks appealing better, so they don't get as much flack. Like there's
Gotcha,
little things
gotcha.
like that
I got you.
really matters as far as like hiring, and you won't get hired just because I'm too skinny or because I'm not tall enough, but my face is older but my body's not older. Like little things.
So what do you do to battle that? Like how do you contend with, because those could create demons, right?
Oh, yeah.
How do you strengthen yourself when you are faced with that criticism, that rejection, because that's something that comes up from our viewers?
Honestly, the thing that got me through it was my followers. Like honestly, because they're the only people that actually like continuously boost you up. There's not a lot of people out here where we live that congratulate you at all. Like
And you
everything
get,
is.
and by the way of saying that, I mean KK has a
lot.
tremendous
Amount of followers.
amount of followers that engage. It's one thing to have followers that you got a lot of followers, but people that actually comment,
live
you
and
get
love
views, like
her,
they're faithful. You know what I mean?
they're dope.
Yeah.
They're
KK
real
faithful.
ones.
Yeah.
Hashtag KK faithful.
KK
faithfuls. No, they're amazing, but they're really the only thing that kind of keeps me going in this industry because it's so fucked up. And you really have to have like a really strong backbone because if you don't, it's not the one for you. But if you want it to be like your life, it's almost like contradicting. So for me personally, I listen to them. Like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Like I've had so many demons that it's an accomplishment for me personally to be this confident now. Like, because I was never this confident at all with anything I did. So it's crazy when people are like, how do you do that? And I'm just like, I honestly just got over it because I couldn't change it. I just got over it and was like, I'm just gonna.
You kept going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Kept
be
going.
happy because I'm not me be mad at the way that I look, I can't change it. You know,
and it just is coming from somebody that's not 21 but once was.
It's okay. Girl, you still look good.
Thank you. I'm more stressed. When you say you get over it, you really get over it because life starts mattering in a different sort of way.
And it's another one of the things like, you know, some people, it might be that one thing that makes you quit doing what you love, or it might make you, you know, alter or do something different that's not you. And I think that's so incredible just within yourself, to find that within yourself and then find it within the people that actually do look at you as somewhat of a hero or somebody that they value, because it allows them. It's like, I always look at it one of those things where it's like, as much as they do for you internally, you do just the same amount for them. And that's the thing. It's like, when I look at what you do, KK, it's inspiring because I see how many people you inspire. And I think for Connected, it's really about allowing our viewers and these people that make it a point to tune in every Monday to hear these stories, because they're battling the same thing, just on a lower level. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that extra piece of information that says, yeah, that's one way to look at it, but at the end of the day, think of what you can do with what it is you love and possibly change one day. You know, and that's like fuel for people. That's fuel for the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing it at an extremely high level. And you know, when I look at the followers and people that you encompass, it's like, you know, they're not stragglers. They're there because they see and they want to someday maybe be able to do what you do on that level. You know, so when I see you jamming with Missy or an Usher or everybody that you work with, like, dude, your gift has made room for you. You know, your gift to dance and your motivation, because this just doesn't happen accidentally. This happens intentionally. This happens by you being a student of what it is you love, practicing. Like, I haven't even asked you the amount of hours you put in just to practice
Let's just say
what it is you do. Like, KK puts out these videos. Like, I saw this video she put out, I think it was for Valentine's.
Oh yeah, that was a really sexy video.
But it was
Wait,
dope.
I on your Instagram, you're like, 'cause I don't have a Valentine, so that was that one. Yes, I'm a dance in my
I had an
heels.
issue because I was tired of not having. I still have never had a Valentine.
Girl, you don't need one. Spoiler
I've never
alert.
had a Valentine.
Chocolate all
Anytime
tastes
I've
the
had a
same.
They're
boyfriend,
not worthy,
I've
KK.
never had.
They're just
them
not worthy. I mean, that's
I
I
don't
hate to say.
know.
You could take yourself
Never
to dinner.
been Valentine's, so I was like.
But I looked at it and I was like, man, that's dope that you can just do something like that looks great, it's shot great, and it's artistic and it's flying fresh, and it's like, that's dope because it's something you take the time to do just for the people that look and want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes time, man. And it's dope. You know, it's Valentine's, so yeah, I was like, look at KK. Look at all juicy.
I was playing that video in my room.
Listen,
I was like, ooh.
listen, you
I got the
enjoyed the
extended
most.
You got the unedited version.
Yes.
And it's crazy because all of the videos that I've done, I have unedited, like, just
Yeah, you got all
clips
the
of
bonus
them, and I
footage.
just like play it, and I have some crazy stuff in there, like some wild
But that's cool.
stuff.
You're fearless, man. You're fearless.
You know, and one day you make like an extended reel for folks.
Yeah.
Visit my blah 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 to see the unedited version of
Adults only.
So-
Put that on there.
So let me ask you this, because I think this is important for and here's what's great, KK. Like, you're our first, you know, that we've had on Connected in dance. But here's where, to me, everything ties together. Because for our viewers, everyone has something that they love, that they're aspiring to be, right? So understanding those principles, because they apply to everybody, right? It doesn't matter, business, music, radio, film.
Yeah.
The work requires all the same. So from your road to dance and wherever you've gotten, like, how much work would you say it's required of you, from the practicing to the sacrifice to the late hours, like all of that stuff? Like,
Jeez.
what's that been for you?
Honestly, it took me a while to get in, like, the groove of being, like, self-dedicated to something. Because I think, I don't know, like, for a long time
It was just kind of fun to you?
yeah, it's just for fun. But, like, when you take it seriously, my mom actually told me this. She actually was low-key coming from my neck when she told me this. But she was like, how many hours of, like, work do you put in, like, for a week? Like, just dance. And now I'm thinking, like, you know, you teach for at least an hour and a half, but you only teach maybe once or twice in the weekend. So that's really only 3 hours. It's not a lot of time. The average person has 40 hours into their normal job. Their career is like 40 hours a week. And so she was like, so what do you do with the rest of like your 38 hours for your whole week? She's like, because if this is your career,
Right.
Wow.
you should have like 40. And I was just like, dang, Mom.
Like,
I didn't know what to say to that.
Put in perspective,
I didn't
yeah.
know. What to, my mom is just always doing stuff like that to like make me understand, and it really helps me.
And your mom's a huge part of your and your sister's life.
Yeah.
And see, and I identify because my mom's the same thing for me and my brother. Like,
Yeah, no,
a rock.
she's a rock, man.
Yeah.
She's the queen.
Yeah.
She's freaking brilliant. But no, she's always just putting little things in my mind that like makes me think. Because for me, I won't like, she can tell me something until she's blue in the face, but I'm not gonna do it until I really want to do it.
Exactly.
And like that's so selfish. But like so for a long time it took me a long time to get in the groove of it, because I was just like not listening to her, but like I know I should have, but I was like this is my career, Mom.
Right, right.
I'm just now
At my speed.
yeah, I'm 18 now. You can't tell me what to do. And I was like stuck. I was like, damn, I know nothing. I don't even know like time management because I'm still in school. So it's like everything. It's hard, but it's doable. You just have to like be have self-determination. Because if you don't have it, you're gonna just be like, well, it looks like I'm just be a lowlife for the rest of my life, or get a sugar daddy. You know,
Right.
like that's
Hey,
what girls
that's valid.
that's what
It's
girls
valid, yeah.
resort
It
to. They're like,
happens.
well, I don't want to work, so I guess I'll just go on a date with you.
Right.
Like what?
Right.
Wait, but let me say that we were speaking of work. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to transition into our first grind up. Because we
But-
our jobs, because we give away like 5 jobs, well, really 10
Oh yes,
jobs in a
yes,
week.
yes.
But we do 5
See
on
what
air.
happens when the conversation gets to really
It's
being
just
good. Like,
good.
we kind of lose ourselves. So,
It's just
by the way, we
good.
want to remind our viewers to get your questions ready because we will be doing Q&A with KK.
It's happening, guys.
Presenting the show.
Do
So
not
get that
be
going.
shy.
So, hey, before we get into these grind ops, Cloie, I'm gonna let you go ahead and break them off with what they need to have in place.
Guys, get your pens, your pencils, your paper, your digital, your texting thumbs, your tablet, whatever you like to use to take notes, do that. And also bring your good attitude, because life is not waiting for you.
You better tell them. All right, here we go. First grind up of the day
So sorry.
is in the field of recording. This is recording studio audio engineer in Spokane. Let's see if I say that right, but she did. New studio in Spokane. Area seeks experienced engineer. Lead recording the sessions with musicians and other studio clients. Help develop the studio, mixing and mastering. Use of Pro Tools and Cubase Pro. Now, I know KK is like, what in the hell? So,
Speak
the
to
great
it.
thing for anybody who's looking to apply for this job, you already know, as an engineer, you should already know these terms of what to have in place. We always tell people, if you're going to apply for a job, the goal is to always overperform and never underperform. So be prepared. Also, too, quick reminder for those of you who have your resumes in place and kind of want to have somebody look at them to see whether or not you're smoke and mirrors or you got some stuff on there that's actually really cool. Shoot it to us, because those are the things we kind of like to help you build out and get you on the right track. So if we can, there you are. The link is on the screen.
Boom. Get
There's
it.
where you want to send it. And yeah, that was our first grind up of the day.
I love it. You said smoke and mirrors. I think you said
smoke and
smoking mirrors.
Have
And
you
I
ever?
was like,
Because
what is
we've
that?
seen resumes where you're like,
yeah.
this cat, was he really
No, people be lying.
right?
People lie on their resume.
All the
Yeah.
time. You
And then
did 10 years
when
of
you
what
get in
kind of
there,
dance?
when you get in there, you're like, hey man, it said you were. Oh well, you know, he was on the first floor, I was on the second.
Right.
Or when you'd be like, oh wait, I did this job. I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like that one famous
All the time.
that
All-
Martin Lawrence joke where he was like, yeah man, this cat was like, man, I studied under Bruce Lee. He was on the first floor, I was on the bottom. You weren't with Bruce Lee.
I'm not gonna lie. I was working on a show one time, and I heard one of the gentlemen that was working as an extra. Well, I don't know. He was behind me, but he was just talking really loud about how when he was on set with Johnny, and I'm like, Johnny, and I didn't say anything, but the man was talking so loud. And he's like, yeah, we were shooting in the Caribbean and blah, 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 blah. And then it comes out that he was an extra on Pirates of the Caribbean. Shout out, do you, do extra work. But also, like, wait a minute. Just wait a minute.
right.
Just wait a minute. That's all.
Right.
That's all.
That's all.
That's
The
classic.
face will be seen in that little second.
Great that you were in the Caribbean. Let's call it what
Great
it
that
is.
you're in the
Please, the sun is beautiful. The water is peaky warm. Yes.
So,
Oh,
Chloe, what do
yeah.
we have before we go into grind out number 2?
Yeah, we have our student success story. Let's roll that photo, please. Because this week we're also about not just highlighting jobs, but opportunities. And this is Ananth Agastya, and he is a Dallas Film Connection student who traded in a high-paying global tech job for filmmaking. We talk about passion and
Wow, he
execution.
went for
and
it.
Yeah.
He totally went for it. And we were talking about his journey in this week's student success story, and that's going to come out later today in our weekly report. But it's talking about his journey in Hollywood and Bollywood and how he got from where he was to where he wanted to be. So
That's dope.
Dope.
shout out
Congrats,
to
man.
Ananth.
Yeah.
Yay.
Now, see, I would have messed his name up terribly, so I'm
Sure.
glad, like, you... Chloe always, she holds me down here. Chloe holds me down. That's what I love about her.
I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Now I think we can move into grind out number
Let's
2.
do it. Grind out number 2.
Ta-da! There we go.
Grind out number 2 is in the field of, again, an engineer. Here we go. VR sound engineer. This is in Santa Monica, California. Shout out to LA, Santa Monica. Don't get lost in the sauce and the traffic. VR game developer seeks sound engineer with experience in virtual reality. Live audio mixing and mic placement, live audio recording with emphasis on dialogue and recording. Use of digital mixing console, post-production, audio mixing, editing, and conforming sound to picture. Now, this is a crazy detailed gig.
It is.
Okay, so if you're a VR sound or want to be a VR sound, you got to make sure you have all those pieces together, because this sounds like it could be a great opportunity, and a job that you can lock in that might be a little longer than part-time.
I mean,
So,
yeah, because we talk about it all the time. The gaming industry is booming.
it's booming. That's
really
actually the
is.
number one industry right now. Like, man,
I'm ready to be turned into a game.
yeah, right?
I just want to be a superhero, bro.
Oh, you're a step away from.
I really
would
want
not-
to be a
What would be,
superhero.
like, what would your superhero, would it be KK?
No,
What would your power be?
I don't know, but I want to be.
Her power
I
would be
wanna
like, she would twerk you to like,
No.
to where you would be like,
No,
So
I
paralyzed.
wanna be
I'm gonna twerk
I
to
wanna
paralyze
be
you.
what?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Twerk to paralyze.
Twerk to
you.
paralyze. So when crime's
cup
going
in
on, you
his
just show up
hand.
and twerk, and they're like,
And they
I
just
can't
freeze.
move.
Yeah.
And you're
no.
like, arrest them.
I want to be like a mixture of like a Power Ranger and like Catwoman
Yes.
and like
That's
Wonder
kind of
Woman.
dope.
Yes.
So obviously
Like
your suit
cat
would be extra
reflexes.
tight.
Cat,
Like a
she
puma.
can spin into her outfit.
Yeah.
Like if Puma, the shoe company, ever did
Oh.
like a superhero thing, I would want to be the face of it.
Puma.
I would wanna do
You
that.
should do
I'd be a Puma.
a setup with Puma.
Yeah, let's.
I know you
thanks,
rock with them.
Puma.
Like, yeah, there you go.
Listen.
I got it.
Puma, are you watching? 'Cause you're late.
She could pull that
You're
off,
late,
man. She
you're
could show up
late.
and really like fight crime and just
Be like,
bust and
in my
kick off.
Pumas, bruh.
I'm sorry, what happened? What are we doing? Oh, grind out number 3.
Go, I'm gonna let you have it, Chloe.
Oh,
Take 'em down.
Grind job number 3, please, is for a sound mixer in Logan, Utah. It's for fitness technology company seeking motivated athletic sound mixer to record workouts worldwide. I just had such a thought. Remind me.
Yeah.
Must be able to walk and hike several miles a day, picking up unique sounds. Mix and manipulate sounds for use as in commercials, and select and order new sound equipment. And again, that's coming to you out of Logan, Utah.
Utah.
I had such a funny thought with the first part about a motivated athletic sound mixer, because I had in my mind, it was like a Richard Simmons, like, but mixing sound, like doing toe touches
As you're
and
walking?
jumping jacks.
As you're walking.
You know, it's funny. I had a
walking.
thought though too, because one of these details, I was like, now this sounds like a job where you can actually get lost and
Found.
people be looking for you.
Yeah, because if you're just walking miles,
On hikes.
Walking, finding
be able
sounds.
to walk miles for
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah. We hope that if you got snatched, that was the sound they recorded so they
Bring
could find
snacks. Just in
Like you,
case.
yeah, you
Walks too
literally,
long.
you literally come back to the job place and your beard is all grown.
Yes,
in,
like
it's
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yep.
you. I'm tired. I don't want to go home now.
Right.
Don't get me started.
I want to go home
That's
now.
what he said. He just stopped. And he's like, okay, bye. That's your guru. What's next?
Well, actually, you know, because we got a lot of technical sound kind of video stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know for you, KK, when you do your stuff, do you usually have a go-to like video guy or sound guy?
Yeah, when I do, well, it depends. Like when I do concept videos, I usually use this. I use the same guy because
He knows your stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he's just freaking dope.
And you know his line. Y'all speak the same language.
Yeah, and he's like he knows. He's been around dancers so long. I think when the videographer dances, for some reason, he knows. Like for some reason, they get like the best
It's the rhythm.
shots because
Yeah.
they have like the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
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 But when it's just like fun videos, like if I just want to film something like in that state, we can just like hit someone up that's out there.
Gotcha.
and then-
Gotcha. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Totally,
Right?
man. Totally.
It's definitely good to have somebody like amazing at videography.
Yes.
And that's,
Absolutely. Because when it's whack, it's terribly whack, right?
Yeah. And like the video,
like, no,
but
man, I
videos
was,
can
like,
make
here and you
people
were-
look so good though, and they can be so whack. Like there's a lot of little viral dances, like videos going around.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, that dance didn't look like that in person, but
Neither
since
did
you
that
got this
person.
angle, they look so sick.
And you call him like, "Pring. Hello, this is KK. You ready? Great. Hello.
Oh, man.
No more or less. No. Okay.
Michelle. Okay.
Michelle.
Okay, we're gonna move on to grind up number 4.
Hit it.
Grind up number 4 is in the field of radio production assistant, Highlands, NC.
No cackalacker.
North
Radio
Carolina.
station seeks experienced radio production assistant. Work closely with on-air staff. Screen phone calls. Responsible for guest relations at station. Ensure that all FCC guidelines are being followed. FCC is no joke.
It is. No,
They're
remember
actually
Janet?
coming for that one cat, the
Stephen Colbert.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
FCC
Shout out
is
to my
like
crew, man. Shout out to my
Out
crew.
What
on
is that?
the FC. It's like the regulations committee. Like, remember Janet Jackson and the.
Titty gate.
Yeah.
They that's who
So he-
put the delay on the TVs for
Yeah.
like everything now has like a 7-second delay or whatever it is. so
Isn't
they
that
can do-
weird? They can put delay on nipple slips, but not if someone killing someone.
Well,
On live?
Interesting.
let's talk about it.
Interesting. Sorry.
That
was
isn't.
really
That's
deep.
it. That
was
is
really
a very
deep,
interesting
sorry.
point. That is a very interesting
Yeah.
point. I agree. But however, this dude's taking a lot of. Steve's taking a lot of heat because he has some opinions about Trump. And he's kind of clowning him every night, right? Like, you
Like
know.
everybody is.
But it's Trump. Like, you look a mess. You look a mess and you're doing a messy job.
I'm just gonna do this right quick. This is not an endorsement. Nobody look at me.
And on that note, we're going to move to grind
Or
up. number-
Facebook app.
Yeah, Facebook app. So here we go. Can we show our Facebook app?
You're doing a messy job.
Shout out to the Facebook app. Now, I don't know if you've known, but we actually have created a Facebook app that's implemented in Facebook's Messenger. So for creators of all sorts, well, I don't care if dance, film, this is an app that allows you to connect with other people within your area. It'll locate them for you. You can have a conversation.
that's dope.
And it's also because it's based on artificial intelligence. So it just is able to work with you. It talks back to you the whole nine. But the really cool thing is it connects you with other people that might be doing music, or maybe you need music for your next video, or if you're a songwriter, you need some beats. You can connect with. Because
Oh, that's smart.
I always tell people, like,
It's true.
I don't know how much easier we can make it for people to connect. Like, we're here every Monday, so it's like now we have an app. So it's like, man, just use what's available to you.
Well, shoot, I know one thing is that dancers can't do that a lot of the times as far as songs go because everything is always like blocked.
Yeah.
Like not cleared. So
Yeah.
that's like a dancer issue right now. Like that's like number one issue is that we promote the songs the most, but we don't get any sort of like
And that's the cool thing. So
recognition for it.
on the app, you'll find a lot of people who are aspiring. So they're new, but they still got some talent. They got some good records, and it'll let you know this person's 5 miles from you, 20 miles. And you can also post your work on that. You can say, this is, I do this, and this is how much I charge if I'm looking for this. So it's a great way to connect.
That's smart.
So
That's a great idea.
one of the questions we always get is like, well, how do I get myself out there? Or who do I need to meet? And it's like, here's an app for you. You just gotta, just apply it. So we always make it a point to remind folks that we have an app.
Got to.
Use that app. That's smart.
Use it and abuse it, man.
KK endorsed. This is connected.
So that was our fifth grind up of the day.
We're
right?
about to do our fifth grind up. We haven't
Okay.
done it yet.
I'm gonna let you take it.
Oh, I get the fifth grind up? Okay, great. Hit it, guys. Fifth grind up is for a producer in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton.
Right? A small market station is seeking an experienced producer, requires excellent writing skills. Job is to create clean, concise content that is balanced and unbiased for daily broadcasts. Find breaking news for on-air broadcasts. And again, that is coming to you out of Dayton, Ohio. Shout out, Dayton. Now,
Midwest.
that was for sure our 5th grind up.
Yes.
Folks, I think get your questions in.
Yeah, I want to jump to our questions.
You
So
wanna jump
let's
in?
cover the 6 to 10 additional jobs we
Let's
have.
do it. All
on
right.
our site.
I'm not rude. I'm just communicating with the team. Our 6 additional grind ups, or 5, radio on-air personality, and that's coming to you out of St. Petersburg, Florida. In film, we have an associate producer that is in Euless, Texas, at the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Also in film, we have a post-production assistant right here in Woodland Hills, California. Shout out to the Valley.
Hey.
Also in LA, we have
The
a theatrical trailer editor right here, Los Angeles, California. And then in the field of the culinary arts, we have a baker in LA. Yes, baker. You bake?
Yeah, we do culinary too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What do you
Yo.
bake?
I be baking, bruh.
I'll be baking.
No, like
I'll be baking.
I love to bake.
It's like
I like
the
to
West.
So you like to
That's a
cook?
thing.
Stop.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I be cooking.
What's your favorite thing if you want to impress somebody?
Well, hold on. Let me see what I got in my trick.
Category.
See, my wheels are turning on because I'm thinking we should do some culinary connected stuff with KK because she
That'd
likes
be
to
I am so down to eat the food.
That would be cool,
It'll be lit.
right?
Why
Jams
don't
in the
we-
back, you know.
Hold on, communicating with the team.
Jams, we can have some dancing while you're
KK.
flipping.
That's dope. So
KK
what do you
with
like to
food.
make, KK?
Well, bake or cook.
Because they're
Tell
too
me.
different.
You tell me.
Well, I like to. I mean, baking isn't really hard though. Like,
That's like pure
like-
chemistry. That's like taking these two things. One of these things is not like the other. I'm gonna put them
Yeah.
together. Bam, souffle or a meringue, which is very hard.
yeah, you're right. I don't know baking. I don't know. I don't like bake nothing crazy. Like I just bake cupcakes and like
Hey,
cookies and
it's
stuff
not
like
it's
that.
not hard to mess up a
Thank you.
cupcake.
Yeah, but as far as cooking, I think I would probably just stick to like my like Creole food. Cause like that's like heritage, you know, so I can make that the easiest off the bat. Smooth, it's good. The whole probably be on fire though. Spicy.
I love spice though. Spices.
Nobody's afraid of some. Bring it.
Tons.
I got your peppers
Tons,
right here.
man.
It's really
Tons.
spicy, like, but Creole food is spicy,
but
man. Like, really
flavorful
spicy.
though. But it's
Yeah.
flavorful. It's not just spicy for spicy's sake.
You're right. No, we be going in.
We should talk about that because I'd love to do something on the
I'd
culinary
love to
side
do
with
some
you,
eating.
KK.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I would love to.
Could make a
So,
plate with it.
Hit
KK,
it.
we have our first question. This is Kinsey from Orlando, Florida. When are you dropping 50 Shades of K? And when can you drop part 2 of Girl Video?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what dropping 50 Shades of K means, but
Kinsey, can you clarify?
girl, I was like, but girl part 2. I was actually thinking about filming that. I was gonna make girl a prequel, not a sequel, but a prequel that's backwards.
Love it.
So the first video was supposed to be, I guess, me actually going through it. So I guess the second video I wanted to be of me and like my boyfriend maybe. But I don't know, maybe probably in June.
In June,
Here.
okay.
So stay tuned, Kenzie.
Stay tuned.
Sounds
and
like you got a fan.
maybe dial in your question a little more on the Shades of K.
We got Matt from Philadelphia. It says, KK, what advice would you give anyone on how to take the first step in following their dreams and making it a career just as you did?
I think honestly the first step would be to knowing what you actually want to get out of your career. Because I think a lot of people have an idea of what they want to do, but then when they start to actually do it, they start to listen to too many people because, I don't know, like you can say you want to do music, but then like, what is music? Music, do you want to produce music or do you want to be the artist of music? Or like, what do you want to be?
Right,
do you want to be an engineer? So I think you should figure out what it is you want to do and then definitely not listen to anyone as far as like negative stuff because people will really tell you no, like there's no tomorrow. Just because they've been told no, you know what I mean? So
Right,
it's like,
right.
it's,
And the other thing is how people camouflage it as protection.
yeah, like they're
Which
just
is-
protecting you. It's like, no, you're just being salty.
right.
Just camouflage salt, and now I've got hypertension. Thank you.
Just big word.
We have Bex from Woodland Hills, California. How do you get a manager or do you manage yourself?
I got a manager. My manager I am blessed enough to have my manager have known me since I first started dancing. And I was dancing with her daughter. So she managed me because she originally started managing kids because people didn't give us the time of day.
Right.
Like as far as like choreographers and stuff that actually wanted to work with us. So she started to do it upon herself. And now she's like, like to this day, people are like, hey, can you tell Andrea no. No, me and Andrea doing good over here, man. We're doing good over here.
Where were you when?
Where were you 7 years ago?
Yo, exactly.
So we got Moira from Oakland, California. Wants to know how you go from dancing to acting to doing other stuff, and how do you know what you want to do?
That's a really great question. I decided to go into acting I guess the first thing outside of dance, because dance is acting. It's just not with words. So I thought that would be the easiest route to go.
That's dope.
And then I thought again, and then I thought music would probably be the best route to go because I do dance. But then it's like, the thing about music is when you dance when you perform a certain way, people want to match your dancing with your music. But say you don't listen to music like that, you just dance really good. So it's like a contradicting situation because you don't want to dance to that music, but like that's the music you usually dance to.
Yep, Mama, yes. I had this is a quote that got me. It is for connecting acting, singing, and dancing, right? Specifically musicals. I think people think they're corny and all like that kind of stuff, and I can see why people think that. I personally love them.
I love them.
Love them, but they say the connection in that is with acting. You don't have enough words, so you start singing. When you run out of lyrics, that's when you start dancing. So that's like, it's almost like a natural bodily progression of what we do. Anyway, that's
just naturally.
Yeah.
Triple threats, just just naturally.
Let's just do it.
We have Leah from Philly. How many people do you work with on a day-to-day basis? Are you always busy?
Yes.
Yeah. How many people? Just freaking tons. There's so many different people in this industry. There's so many different camps. You're constantly meeting someone new. Like
you just got back from Italy,
constantly.
right?
Yeah.
So you just got back from Italy. I mean,
yeah. I wish I would have stayed home. No, it wasn't for me.
How could you say that? It was Italy.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I noticed that too when I just hear myself talk and people are like, you've traveled, like that's the craziest, that's the best thing ever, and you're just like, dang, but if only you knew how like much different it is from America. It's cool to see it and like experience it, but then when you realize how spoiled you are and how good you have it, like back at home, you'd be ready to come home.
Yeah,
after,
no doubt.
because you're also there and you're grinding. It's not like you're there vacationing.
Exactly, yeah. So you don't see a lot.
Yeah.
A lot that people think you do because you're out there. And then people think since you're out there that you can just stay out there and go to a different country already. They're like, oh, well, since you're here, no, we got to go home.
I can come back tomorrow.
We have plans.
So we have Nathaniel from Torrance, California. What are Usher and Missy E like in person?
I would say both of them are very extremely hard workers. Both of them are very old school.
Ooh, wait, because you're going to have to define that to folks.
No, I'll define it. It's old school. Everyone has a different way of working. And I think when you are of the new school and you work with old school people, it's hard because you don't understand what they mean by it almost, because you're like, okay, but like, so for me it was tough to grip that I wasn't an old school dancer. I wasn't, because in both jobs I was considered the new one. So like in my head I'm already like, okay, so this is already choreography that's gonna be hard as hell. Everybody knows it already. So it's like, it's a great, like they're really great, but they're freaking intimidating, and it's scary because they're legends. You know what I mean? Like this, it's not like you're dancing for someone like on Radio Disney or something like that. Like these are legends. Like they've been doing this forever and ever. And like their opinion actually matters because they fuck with dancers.
Right.
So they know what it's like to look bad. they know what it's like when you look tired and you're not supposed to. Like, so
You're
you
not
can't
emphasizing the stuff. Like,
yeah, so you can't get away with a lot of stuff that you could with a lot of other artists. So for me, those 2 jobs grew me up the most because I was so used to like just not dancing. Artists don't like perform; they don't perform anymore, so you don't have to work.
Right.
When you work, you don't have to work anymore. So when you actually do have to work, it's like, dang,
I'm tired.
I'm freaking tired. I'm scared. I don't know what they're about to tell me because I'm not used to that. So
Yeah.
it's definitely an amazing experience, but it's one of the most terrifying ones because they are who they are.
Yeah.
And you are who you are. You're a child, and they're like
Yeah.
a god. So
Yeah.
it's like shit.
Yeah.
And they're a god in like the music world. And I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day, how it's like we praise actors and musicians and even painters, but like,
To a much lesser degree, unfortunately.
yeah, but like, and this is because I'm a dancer. Dancers don't get praised at all,
Nothing.
like at all. Like you'll know somebody that painted something before you know somebody that broke their back to make an iconic
I agree.
performance.
Yes.
I
Like
agree.
that's wild to me.
I
Yes.
totally agree
We
with
don't
that.
get no credit.
Rosie Perez.
And
she's
it's the one thing people still love to see and that captivates you. Like somebody could be
Yes.
busting on the street and you're like, there's a crowd because it captivates you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
It's
you
the one
might
thing
never
that's-
know their name.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because they're just for entertainment. They don't, like, a dancer will never be as big as a musician. And why not?
Unless you're in like a company, but even at that level, there's only a very specific.
Because who's the poppin' one? Like
Misty Copeland.
Misty Copeland. That's it. And she's a ballerina. She's not even like dancing. Well, trust me. Hold on, I shouldn't have said that. Because she can dance. But as far as like hip hop, or anything that's hard, like really hard that you can't teach. Because you can teach technique, but you
Right.
can't teach soul. Like
Yeah,
you can't
soul,
teach
also-
feeling.
style. Yeah, I agree.
In those styles, where are the women that are celebrated? Because you get
Nowhere.
exactly, you got like maybe 2 dudes,
Yeah.
but there's no women.
And that's crazy, but it's so true. We praise men a lot more.
Well, let it be known, I praised KK early
did.
on in. Was
You
like,
did.
You did.
girl,
You did.
I'm with you.
You
I'm with you. You
did.
make me want to play this record because just to see you bust.
This is true.
This is true.
So we have Jamal from Atlanta. It really is all about execution. How do you finish what you start?
For me personally, I just don't. I've never quitted anything in my life. I feel like you shouldn't start something if you don't intend to finish it. Because what's the point of starting it if you still got to finish it?
Well.
It's like an unpainted wall. Like, why would you finish half of the wall and then you still have the other half?
Get
just
tired and
chilling?
go home.
You're just tired. Like, you can't just not finish it.
Right.
That's actually a great analogy.
It's just gonna look torn up. Like, you're gonna make yourself look like
To remind you of when you didn't finish it.
Yeah, when you didn't finish it.
Right.
Like, today was the day.
But I stopped.
Decided to stop.
I got tired, grabbed my ball, and went home. We have Winoni from Boulder, Colorado. Where do you draw your inspiration for dance and for other creative stuff?
Honestly, when I travel, I don't know. It's just maybe because we're born here,
Right.
so it's just like there's no. I feel like even the people where we come from, there's no excitement about LA
Sure.
because we're right here.
Right
like
here,
we can just come here. So I feel like
True.
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So getting outside of your comfort zone, like where you grew up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's then when you figure out like what you want to do and like you give yourself deadlines. I don't know. You just have to get out of that small, close-minded situation.
What's been your favorite city? Well, let me not say favorite. What's been the city that you have drawn the most inspiration from?
Ooh. Dancer-wise or like culture-wise?
Artist-wise. Well, we can too. Either way.
I think dancer-wise, I've seen the most lit dancers probably in France and Amsterdam.
Dig it.
France and Amsterdam, they be dancing. There's a lot of Africans there, and there's a lot of mixed, like, because they know what they are. Like, you go to America, you'd be like, what are you, African American?
Yeah.
You go over there, they'd be like, oh, I'm Nigerian. Like, they know.
It's like a sense
and like
of
their
home and
their
everything.
somehow
yeah.
their style is still African, but like they'll turn like there's a such thing as called like Afro house. So it'll be our house dancing, but it like Afrocentric. So it's like it's a different feeling.
I love
over
hearing
there.
KK's feet move right now. It's like,
It's like we're just
And
trying to
these
dance.
for your shoes. Wish we had a shoe cam. And then what about for culture?
And for culture, I would probably say. Geez. Well, I have like 4. Maybe my favorite place to visit. Let's do that one.
Sure,
'Cause
I love
culture,
it.
There's so many great cultures, but my favorite place to visit would have to be Iceland. Yeah, Iceland's beautiful, and they play amazing music. I thought like. When I went out there, I thought I was about to be stuck with like bad food.
It's gonna be days time forever.
Like folk music or something like that. They play better music than like our clubs, our lounges, our everything. Like I was eating at an Italian restaurant, they were playing like R&B music, but like back in the day. And like they all know it, so it's like all these Icelandic people, and they're like, they're like,
that's cool.
they're down for the cause.
Listen. Oh, I like that. Down for the cause.
Yeah.
Brianna from Orlando says, how did 8 Flavors get its name? Do you ever miss competitive dancing?
Ooh. 8 Flavors got their name. Originally, we were called Flavors Crew, and we couldn't use that name because it was bought already. So when we did ABDC, there was 8 of us. So they were like, "Oh, just put 8 in front of it, and then you can keep it."
Oh,
So
dope.
they gave us our name.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, because it would have sounded weird, like 7 flavors, 5 flavors, 6 flavors,
Now I'm at Baskin Robbins.
31
flavors.
flavors.
Right?
31
Yeah.
flavors.
Thank you, ABDC.
So 8 flavors, it was really cute. But
Right.
what was the second half of
Do you
that
miss
question?
competitive dancing?
No,
No.
I don't, because it's here every day.
Right.
It's here
life.
every day. That's life. LA,
Yeah.
you move to LA, it's competitive world.
Milo from San Diego says, did your parents encourage your dancing?
Well, my mom encouraged me to cheer because Ashlyn, my older sister, danced, and that was her thing. And my mom couldn't afford to put both of us in it. So once, Ashlyn's older, so she got that little leeway. And so she put Ashlyn in dancing, and you know how sisters are set up, you can't do the same thing as your sister. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna be a cheerleader. I'm smaller than you anyways.
I will fly all
Yeah,
day.
I was like, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna do this. And then Ashlyn one day I guess she was being nice to me one day, and she decided to teach me what she was learning. And that's when I also saw the video.
On
Because
YouTube?
she was on song team when I was on cheer. Mm-hmm. So it was like one of those situations. So she wanted me to dance, but she didn't want me to dance. Mm-hmm. So then when I started dancing, that was a big problem for us because we already looked alike. There was already too much similarity. So then when I wanted to do what she was doing, she wasn't having it. But now she cool. She cool now.
She's like,
she cool now.
hey, look, you kicking my ass on dancing now, so I'm
No,
going to let you have this.
Not even she, for her, it's like, I thought like that for a long time. I was like, maybe she's just, because when someone gets a little bit better, like as a sibling.
It is hard, and especially for the older, because my brother's 2
Yeah.
years older, and there's things that he's great at that I'm not, and there's things, and the things that I kind of touch on that maybe he does, and I start kind of, it's tough. It's
They
tough for the
don't,
older
they don't
ones.
like it. Yeah, because it's
tough.
like, yeah. And especially, I think, at the level of dancer that I am at now, it's almost, not almost, it's more congratulating for her now rather than, why are you dancing?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like,
Well,
why
you
are
can also take her
dancing?
places. Not that she can't take herself. I'm sure she can take herself. And also, it's like, hey, I'm going here. You want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she's super down for the cause.
Listen, come and take a class. Wait, this is my favorite question here. This says, hey KK, Will, watching from Austin, Texas. What do you think that EDM, hip hop music, new music, versus older generation music, which still uses instruments, old school, is the pop industry taking over?
What?
Hold on. Bear with me, Will. Wait a minute. What do you
I think I
what do you
understand what
think
he's saying.
about new music versus older generation music? Let's say that. And then there's a follow-up. Yes.
I think that we're in a trend right now, so we think that new music is really popping, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to one of my friends the other day, and I was like, do we know what he's saying?
No.
Like, 'cause,
Talking about the mumbles?
yeah, like you can literally say yeah, and be like the dopest rapper right now. And I'm like, wait, like, because there's so many people that had to rap, like had to do this like for their life. So when like I hear stuff now, I'm just like, dang.
What is it?
I guess it's like
What has
it's
it
like
come to?
it's almost like people fuck with producers, not even the artists. You mess with the producers more than the artists because the beat sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like,
And they play that same beat. I tell you, I listened to the radio the other day, which, whatever, and I feel like I heard the same song for 20 minutes, except that it was 4 or 5 different songs that all sounded exactly the same.
I guess they figured if we make songs that sound the same, people are gonna like it because it sounds like that one that went number 1 for a minute.
Nobody noticed.
We got Dino from Honolulu, and he
It's
says,
lit.
"What's it like working on Empire?"
Well, honestly, it was amazing for me, and it was actually really funny to me because when I first worked on Empire, I worked as a dancer, and the treatment is so different from being a dancer to an actress on the show. And I was like, what? I got a fireplace in my trailer? What? I got sandwiches instead of crackers? Like, I don't know. It's
Like,
like there's big differences.
Right. I've
And
made
so-
it. I've made it.
Yeah, like
Sandwiches,
when you
I
get
got
your
protein.
when you get your own dressing room as a dancer, that's like what? That's crazy. So honestly, it was the best job that I've ever done because I'd never been treated like that before.
Right.
So we have 2 more questions. One is Trisha from Jamaica, Queens. What's it like having all these contracts? And does your manager handle all of it for you?
Contracts are the demons. Try to sign as least amount of contracts as you can in your entire life, and you'll be great. My manager does manage my life, but I have a lawyer that looks at contracts. Managers do too, but you should definitely have a lawyer if you
Legal
That's
rep.
great
are
advice.
getting
Legal
your
rep.
situations together.
And then last question is Eugene from Garden Grove. How did you end up working with Hyo-Yun, and do you like K-pop?
Oh my gosh. I did that when I was 12.
They watching you here, KK.
Look, it's
They're watching
happening.
you.
That's crazy.
Hi, Eugene.
I was such a bad dancer. I have to show you guys that video. It's so bad.
I refuse to believe you're a
No,
bad
no,
dancer, KK.
it was bad. You
Nobody's
guys would be like,
believing
dang, the glow up was real.
No.
Do I listen to K-pop? No, I don't listen to K-pop. Have I worked with K-pop people? Yes. They're like one of the biggest music industries, K-pop and country music. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but yes, it is.
Well, Eugene is one of your big fans.
Eugene, you're lit because you've seen the glow up.
The glow
He's
up.
You
Witness
could
the
have
sparkle.
blackmailed me out here, but you
Well, it's all love. It's all love.
Liddy boots.
yes.
You know, I know you say that, so I was like, tell me what Liddy boots is.
Liddy boots.
Because I love it
Okay.
when you use it. It's cute. Like when she uses it, she'll be like Liddy boots.
So
What is-
I one night I was actually pretty lit, and
Happens.
I really felt like a man though, because you know how like men be like, yo, I'm lit, man, I'm lit, this feels crazy. I was like, I don't want to say lit, like it just sounds so like, oh. I was like, I want to be
Aggressive?
like Liddy something. I'm Liddy boots, I'm Liddy boots.
Yeah.
And I started going crazy. I was like, that's the word.
I love it when she posts like, and she'll do it, and you'll be like, that's funny. She'll be like, I'm Liddy boots, Liddy boots.
It is so weird because like
Liddy boots.
it's weird because after I started saying it, now I don't know if I'm not
Coined
saying
it?
I was the first one to ever say it, but it was just a coincidence when everyone started to say it. Like my friend even said it in one of her songs, like she talks like it's one of her words now, and I was like, dang.
Except that I was there with Liddy
You're
Boots.
the first one I saw
coined it.
like
Yeah.
Rocket. When I saw Liddy, I was like, Liddy boots. And that was funny for me because I remember saying, I wonder if it's like a lit thing, but then I couldn't really make because it was Liddy boots. So I was like,
Because it could be
it
anything.
just sounds cute.
It's like classy, like when you're trying to be classy with your girls,
Classy
but
drunk.
there's like, you know, you're like, damn, girl, I'm Liddy boots.
But you don't want anybody to know.
Liddy boots. That's fresh. That's
Liddy
fresh.
boots.
My friend says one, it's kind of inappropriate. She says Liddy titty.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
she's like, it's Liddy titty, bro. Like, I'm like, what?
I
All
would say,
these different words.
consider both of those stolen.
So, KK, you know, we love this. Keep you all down. We have tons more questions for you, but we're at an hour now. But I just want to say, if there's anything you'd like to leave with the viewers who
Yeah,
are
like, what are you
watching us
working
today, and what
on?
you're working on.
Yeah. Well, I'm currently working on. I'm trying to see if I should be able to say this.
Oh,
or not,
so
'cause,
good.
some people would be weird. But I'm starting to act more, so that's a little
Great.
cliffhanger.
So thank for that.
Little teaser.
Great.
A little teaser.
Acting.
Don't get in
But
trouble.
acting, and I'm really trying to do, well, not trying, but I'm starting to do a lot of creative work now. I think now that I've put out more videos, it's starting to get to a lot of artists, so they're starting to ask me to like create concepts for them, which is really cool because
That's
I've
dope.
never been asked that before. And it's cool to like see what you can do to like different songs. And that like for a long time I just like when you listen to the lyrics as a dancer, you want to make that song come to life, so whatever the song is saying. But then when you get into like a different space where you can like literally make any visual come to life, just using the song as a platform, it's pretty cool. It's really dope. So I'm getting into that, and yeah, but I'm really trying to just focus on the acting right now, because that's going good for me right now.
No,
And
that's
where
cool.
can we keep up with you if people want to track?
Oh, on any of my social medias, really, Instagram is usually the main one with like any updates as far as like performances or teaching stuff. But Twitter is usually good for like me just venting about life. So if you just want to hear me, you can follow that.
They want to hear you. There you go. Look, we got the link on deck.
Boom.
That's where you
Oh,
find
I
it.
love a graphic.
That's where I
We
go
are
when I
connected.
want to hear about Liddy
Right?
Boots. You know,
Liddy
that's,
Boots?
that's where I want.
That's the word.
Holographic.
You guys are gonna
Litty
be like,
Boots.
dang, it's Liddy Boots in here.
Liddy
girl.
Boots Hour. Woo, it's a Liddy Boots Hour.
You go to happy hour, it's Liddy Boots hour. No.
Liddy
I'm gonna
Boots
shout
hour.
this out
time
to you
to get
anytime it
Liddy
happens to me now. Anytime it happens, I'm gonna shout you out on the Instas.
It's Liddy Boots.
Yes.
When you're trying to be secret turn.
Well, KK, it was great having you there. Thanks for
Yes,
hanging
thank
out
you
with us
for
today.
having me, you guys.
And
This is dope.
you know, I'm always excited to see what you're doing. I always go to the gram and like, she's traveling. Oh, she's busting. Oh shoot, here's a video. So
I stalk you too, man.
Whatever, man, it was
But I do.
good to hang with you, man. Good to
I
hang
be
with you.
stalking people and they don't even know.
No, they don't even know.
They don't even know.
They don't even know.
So again, guys,
Smile.
I'm gonna let you guys are having a moment. But
We're done.
thank you all for tuning in with us today. Shout out to Roland, Igor, Chris, Mark, everyone who holds it down for us, our connected crew, who makes it all possible. I know you can't see them, but they're
Yeah, you
behind
guys
the
are
dials.
awesome.
Mike, Howie, Brian, Leah,
Thank
and
you.
everyone else jamming with us. We will be here next week. But before we go, Chloe, you want to let them know where they can find us as well?
Roll that graphic, please. This is our social media. Where you find us.
Bam.
We
Oh,
are
dope.
everywhere at IZConnected. Email us your stuff, your resumes, all that good stuff. Connected@rrfedu.com. Come join us. Sign up on the web. rrfedu.com/connected. Of course, there is our Facebook Messenger app. Don't miss that and bridge the gap. It is rrfedu.com/connected/app. Next graphic, please.
Booyaka
Boom.
shot.
To apply for our jobs, remember they are just for us. It's rrfedu.com/connected/latest. And of course, for our resources, that's everything we've ever talked about, jobs, anything that can help you, rrfedu.com/connected/vault. And make sure to check out our weekly newsletter that's coming a little bit later. That's rrfedu.com/weekly-report. That's it.
Bam.
2 graphics. We got it.
Graphics.
We got it.
Well, I'm your host, DJ Iz. Again, my lovely co-host,
Hi,
Miss
guys.
Chloe, and our beautiful guest today, KK Harris. And until then,
guys.
go get Liddy Boots.
Yeah.
All right?
Responsibly.
It's a party. That's a new thing.
Liddy Boots responsibly.
It's a daddy. That's what they say.
It's a daddy.
It's a daddy.
It's a
Like
daddy.
it's a.
Issa.
It's a daddy.
ISSA.
What is that? What is
It's a baddie. It's a daddy.
It's a
That's a
daddy.
daddy. That's a baddie.
That's a
Like
daddy.
stuff like that.
That's a
See,
daddy. Who says
the culture is forever changing, guys.
It's okay. Thank you guys.
And on that note, we out. Thank you guys so much.